A top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Illini, Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the UConn Huskies, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Illinois Fighting Illini. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Illinois will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. On the move, it's Drake. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Back to throw, it's Marks. Finds his big tight end. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Flushed out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Looking to throw, it's Marks. Nice looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Nice job by the defense forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's third and goal from the 1. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Huskies! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. They'll run this play from the pistol. On the run, it's Lewis. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
He's got him. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Handoff from the gun. Picks up the first down, still moving. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Illinois putting together a really nice drive. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Illinois! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. Looking for the time with the extra point.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. To the air, it's Marks. It's complete to the right. At the 35, he's open. And he picks up enough for the 1st down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the 1st quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the 1st period as we take a look at the stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Takes the handoff. It's straight. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
To the air on 2nd down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Trying to set up the screen. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Really good job by the defense, understanding third down, the situation of the game. I play a little bit deeper, take away the sticks, react to shorter. I got to go get him on the ground now. Nice job making the tackle, but playing the down and distance first, and now forcing a fourth down.
He's got it in more than enough for a first down. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that fourth down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when, stuck it right on him and to keep the drive alive.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Going to look downfield again. Release to the back. Pulls it in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
UConn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Leon. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He might want another play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Lewis. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
Illinois moving it quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, running back on the move. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back. 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Second down coming up. Looking to throw, it's Marks. Pressure coming. Boom. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Silva. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The give to the tailback. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here from my running back, make the game easy.
Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Osborne. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Finds his tight end. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the 1st down.
Finds a man in the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Spits it out to the back. Throw toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll immediately call timeout.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He's pushed out of bounds at the 13 and gives this offense a little room to work.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. The receivers better block on the outside. Go get me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Catch in the middle, it's Lewis. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. UConn has it teed up to start this second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Leon. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game.
There he goes! The 40, the 30, past the 20. Just like that, a huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
A first down run on the doorstep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Here we go. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Touchdown, Illini! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll return it. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The UConn offense goes back to work. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
He's got it on the left. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play.
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Pulls in the deep ball. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Illinois! This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UConn going back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The Huskies have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires to the big fella. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Complete to the right. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
I think you got to give the coaching staff a lot of credit, too. Even though this guy has thrown 2 interceptions, they're still calling plays and being aggressive in the passing game, letting him take shots, and now it's paying off.
Back to throw, it's Marks. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. Got it. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball a wide receiver. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, UConn! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Lining up for the PAT.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The lone back's got it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lewis. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. Might be changing the route. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Finds his man. It's Lewis. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big. He lobs one high down the left side. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, finding Illini. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
The UConn offense goes back to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress.
He's going for it all. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Now I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Got his man to the left. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
He's got it. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Man, you got to like these last two plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking downfield, it's Marks. Trying to get rid of it. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires on the move. Pulls it in. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Or maybe a double pass. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, UConn. A great catch and run for 6.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Illinois offense returns to the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Lewis. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Picks up the first down. Oh, look out on the right. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown to Illini. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to South Carolina. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And the Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. Just keep swinging it. Here's the pressure. And he tried to put the touch on it, but it's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Marks. Got it in the middle, it's Silva. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Under fire. And with not much doing down downfield. He found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
With this situation in the game, trailing with not a lot of time left, I understand going to the sideline to try and save clock, but you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. Don't be afraid to use those. You can attack the middle of the...
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and this defense has set them up in scoring position.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the back. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week, he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To throw, it's Marks. Looking to the big tight end. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to buy time. He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking down the middle. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
Well, that's a nice interception. At this point of the game, up 2 possessions in a 2-minute situation, the offense is so predictable. You know they're going to throw the football. So everybody on defense, they're just trying to see the ball thrown and then breaking on it. Nice job coming away with that turnover.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean,